Hey, Magic Ben here. So I just gave a magic show for some kids at 8th graders at the Edison Middle School in New Jersey. I gave a handout for some science-oriented magic tricks. This is with Bell Labs. So they asked me to do a magic show with science-related tricks. So I'm going to teach you the things that I did, so you can show them to your kids, or you can demonstrate as well too. And they're actually things that are pretty interesting, so you can do them for adults as well. So I did a thing on acids and bases, basically using an indicator liquid, and another video will show that. A thing on polymers and plastics, where basically you blow up a balloon and you can poke a needle through it. And then electrical conduction, which I'll show here in a second, and then a thing on inertia. So the polymers and plastics, you can basically take a balloon, blow it up, and if you put some oil on a balloon on the needle, it can actually penetrate the balloon without popping it. And you'll have to try different things yourself. I ordered a set of knitting needles. And you want really thin knitting needles, or just try a needle. You can take a needle, put some oil on it, and you'll be able to poke a needle into a balloon without it popping. And the way that works is because the polymers, the strands that make the balloon, the plastic polymers that make up the balloon, are kind of like strands of spaghetti, and the oil, if you push it through slowly, will kind of separate and push through the strands of spaghetti, and you'll be able to insert that without breaking. Now, of course, to make this foolproof, you could also, if you're worried, you can take some Scotch tape, or sellotape, as they say in the UK, and you can take some tape, and that'll also make sure that the balloon doesn't pop when you pop a needle in it. Okay, next I have a thing on conduction. So I described a little bit of how electricity works. This is I got on Amazon. It's Steve Spangler's Science. It's the energy stick, and the energy stick it's a sensing circuit. So it's sensitive and can detect a small amount of electricity that travels across your skin. So it has a lot of cool things that it describes. You can basically make a circuit. So it teaches electrical conduction. So when you're making a circuit and you're holding it onto it, it'll light up. Right? So it's making a circuit around my body. But what's neat is that you can have two people hold hands, and they can create a circuit. So I had a whole table of 7 people hold hands, and as they join hands and close the loop, it lit up. So that's a really neat science thing that I thought was really neat and easy to do. And then I did a thing on inertia. So with Isaac Newton, the one of the laws of motion is something that's at rest wants to stay at rest, and something in motion tends to want to stay in motion. So I asked kids if they could get the card off of the quarter. There's a quarter on the card, and that ensemble is on my finger. And so I asked, could you get the can you get the card off of my fingers without disturbing the coin, without having it fall? And of course, if you do it slowly, that's not going to work. So the trick is, of course, to try to do it fast. One of the students was able to figure that out, and it's sort of like the where you pull a cloth out from a table really fast, and none of the other cups and dishes are disturbed, and you have to do it really fast. So this is probably the easiest way to do it. We just yank out the card really fast, and you see the quarter doesn't move. So it's a principle of inertia, and you can pretty much readily do this very easily. Now, it's actually really neat to do it this way too. This is much harder to do, by the way, and it's not easy to do, and you have to practice this a lot. And I may not get it either, but basically you flick the card with your finger like that, and it has to hit just right, just perpendicular to the card. And I'm not sure this will work, but I'll try. So, so that didn't work. But when you see it, it'll, let's see if I can try it again here. So, it takes a lot of practice and it's knacky. So, there he goes. Okay, so again, you have to hit it just right. You have to hit the nail of your finger has to hit the card just right, and then I find much more reliable. Pretty much 100% of the time, you can just yank it out really fast, just like the tablecloth yanking out from the card. So that pretty much always works. I would suggest trying to do that instead during the performance. Although this looks really cool, I think your finger naturally wants to go arc up. And you have to hit it just right so it's not arcing up. When you arc it up, that'll tend to cause the thing to flip up. So that's why the way of doing that is knacky, but it looks neater, right? The card, when you flick it and the card sort of flies out, it looks more interesting. So I researched a whole bunch of kids science magic when I was preparing for the show, and those are the ones that I thought were kind of the most interesting. And maybe in the next magic show I do for kids, science magic I do for kids, I'll do something different. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. And okay, so now you're ready to make dragon tears or unicorn tears or indicator fluid, however you want to spin it, but you're ready to make this magical liquid. And you start with buying some red cabbage from the grocery store. And then you're going to cut about a third of the cabbage to half of the cabbage, peel off the leaves and cut them. You don't need to cut them into fine strips or anything. You can just peel off the leaves and put them directly into the boiling water. The next step is to boil water. So you're going to boil the water until it comes to a rapid boil, and then put in the leaves. Boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. I put it on about half heat just to, it doesn't have to be a rapid boil, just a simmer is fine. And then basically you want to watch to when the leaves lose their color. So they're going to lose their bright purple color to mostly lose their color to this sort of faded purple greenish color. So your mileage may vary, so the amount of heating you need and the amount of time you need to boil, it's probably better to just watch when the leaves lose all their color. After that, you're going to let it cool for about 30 minutes or so, and then take out the leaves. I wasn't sure if it would stain a bowl, so I just put them into a paper plate. It turns out they don't stain a bowl, so you can strain them out. You can I just pluck them out from the water, but from the liquid, but you can use a strainer. And there you have it. So you're done. Let it cool some more, and then transfer it into a container or pitcher, and you're ready to perform. Hey, Magic Ben here, and here I'm going to explain unicorn tears or magic color changing fluid. Scientifically, it's called an indicator liquid. So previously I described how you're going to boil red cabbage. You're going to boil the red cabbage in water for about 10 minutes. You're going to take off leaves of the red cabbage. I cut them up, boil it for 10 minutes, and you're going to end up with indicator liquid. Now, I did this for a kids show, but you can do it for adults as well. So the indicator liquid is going to look kind of bluish, and you can put it in like a opaque pitcher. I put it in this container here. And what I did for the show was I bought this set of 6 borosilicate glass coffee mugs, extra durable. They look like this. And they come in this nice package like this, so you can see they're perfect to see the color changing thing. So basically, an indicator liquid will indicate whether in the presence of another liquid, whether it's acidic or basic or neutral, and it changes colors based on that. So vinegar is acidic, so when you mix it with the indicator liquid, it's going to turn red. You can take baking soda, which is a base, or soap, which is a base. And what I did for the show was I put the vinegar into, this is obviously too hard and too difficult and too big to carry, so I put it into just an old oregano leaf container, so this is vinegar, so that I could put it into the glass. So you can see what I did was I just took a little bit of vinegar. And the vinegar is a clear liquid, so it doesn't need much. That's probably more than I needed. So when I mix it with the indicator liquid, you'll see it change a brilliant color. Changes a brilliant purple. So you can try different common household products. Vinegar again becomes a red and then a purple, and different things in your home, baking soda and soap. And you can just look online for different things that are acids or bases. Will turn different colors, and you can try this at home before you perform. But that's the basic unicorn tears. So you can explain unicorn tears have magical properties, or dragon tears have magical properties, or just I have this special liquid, and you can actually drink this. This is just red cabbage water, juice, and but it has and scientifically it's called an indicator liquid. So if you want to explain to kids, this is an indicator liquid, which is like the paper that you stick into acids or bases and it changes color. You dip that special paper into something that's an acid or liquid and it changes colors. It's that same sort of thing. And what's neat is that you can have when I performed, I had multiple glasses lined up, and I asked somebody to pick a color, and if purple was their favorite color, I would know that this particular glass had vinegar in it. You could smell it actually. It's you can just see that it's vinegar. You could smell that it was vinegar, so I knew this was going to turn a particular color. This is what I used just an old medicine bottle cap bottle to store the baking soda in. Now baking soda, because it's a white powder, will show up on the bottom of a clear glass or mug. Whereas soap, like a lot of soaps, like hand soaps, are translucent, so that didn't show up. So just experiment with different liquids, and it's relatively easy to make. I boiled the red cabbage and created the indicator liquid the night before I did the performance. And I read online that it can last for 3-4 days, but I think that's probably talking about the cabbage. The liquid, I think, can easily last for longer than that if you refrigerate it. So have fun, enjoy, and check out on my other video. I'll be doing another video for the other things that the science magic that I did for the kids. All right.